Fans question the box office viability of the upcoming Superman movie from James Gunn with stiff competition from Marvel in 2025. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn's Superman recently debuted its first teaser trailer, making it the most hyped upcoming superhero movie. The film marks a new dawn for DC movies and received plenty of positive reactions on social media. As a result, it is hard to argue against its box office potential. However, it won't be easy for Superman to become 2025's highest-grossing superhero movie. On social media, fans discussed the upcoming superhero movies slated to release next year. While many agreed that Superman would set the box office ablaze when it takes flight next summer, some argued that it won't be the year's highest-grossing superhero movie. Instead, it will face tough competition from 3 movies, and here is what they had to say. James Gunn's Superman promises to be a feast for superhero fans, with the upcoming movie starring David Corenswet recently dropping its first trailer. Following the hype generated by the trailer, the fresh new take on the classic superhero is ripe with box office potential. On the social media platform X, formerly Twitter, fans discussed all the upcoming superhero movies and debated which would be the year's highest-grossing. The short list includes Marvel Studios' Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts**, and Fantastic Four, along with the Gunn-directed DC movie. Here is what fans had to say about which one of these superhero movies will win the four-way battle to become the highest-grossing superhero film of 2025 on X. As the tweets indicate, most fans feel it will be a two-way battle between Marvel's first family and the OG superhero at the box office in 2025. James Gunn's hopeful Superman with David Corenswet is the perfectly contrasting yet fitting world for Robert Pattinson's Batman to cross over. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn has the perfect opportunity to introduce Batman to the DCU. Matt Reeves' much-anticipated The Batman Part 2 has reportedly been delayed by another year and will be released in 2027. As the DCU gears up for its big screen debut, with Superman releasing next year, a crossover with Robert Pattinson's Batman may do the DCU a lot of good. Reeves has maintained that his Batman's epic crime saga is an Elseworld project that is separate from the DCU. Some are of the opinion that Reeves' grounded and gritty Gotham is too different to believably cross over to Gunn's Superman, which seems to be going more into the comic book fantasy realm. However, that might be the perfect reason for them to cross over. The DCU has its Superman in David Corenswet, but it is yet to recruit its Caped Crusader. James Gunn announced the DCU slate back in 2023 with a proper plan. He mentioned that the first chapter of the DCU would focus on gods and monsters, with films on Superman, Clayface, the Brave and the Bold, the Authority, and Supergirl being announced. The DCU began officially this year with the Max series Creature Commandos. Earlier this month, Gunn also released the first teaser trailer for Superman, with Corenswet leading. Focusing on a younger Superman, the trailer showed a glimpse at the DCU world, which already has multiple superheroes and cosmic kaiju ready to attack Metropolis. There has never been a more obvious contrast to Matt Reeves' The Batman and its slate of films and shows, which recently expanded with The Penguin. While a crossover between these two entities in a world's finest adaptation might be far from reality, fans believe that the contrasting imagery might just be perfect for the DCU. Robert Pattinson's Batman is also a younger hero who has just begun his vigilante activities. Despite the raw and gritty Gotham might not fit into the cosmically ballistic world of Gunn's Metropolis. However, this contrast itself may just be the perfect metaphor for a crossover. One film that was announced as part of the first chapter of the DCU was a Batman film titled The Brave and the Bold, which would explore the Caped Crusader's relationship with Damian Wayne and the Bat family. Andy Muschietti is set to direct the film, although it is still reportedly in development and does not have a strict timeline. With Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2 now delayed to 2027, it is doubtful that WB and DC Studios would want two competing Batman titles released close to each other. Gunn definitely would want the DCU's Batman to be considered as seriously as Reeves, despite the seniority, but it would be confusing for the audience if the timelines were too close. A crossover between Robert Pattinson's current Elseworld Batman with David Corenswet's DCU Superman might just be the best idea, and it is not just the fans who think so. James Gunn said in the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast that he had contemplated Pattinson's role in the DCU. He said, "I've contemplated it, yeah. I contemplate everything. I talk about everything. I'd be an idiot not to think of how can this go, or how can this go, but I'm committed to both telling stories in the DCU and telling Elseworld stories." He mentioned that it was ultimately Matt Reeves' choice to keep his Batman separate from the DCU. It might be a good choice too, as Reeves' increasingly street-level world is a welcome change from all the Superman is set to bring in a range of side characters, but it can also be expected to play a major role in the upcoming DCU. It might take longer for Batman to enter Gunn's universe. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn's upcoming Superman movie is set to introduce Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, a Green Lantern with a controversial comic book past. While fans are eager to see Fillion's interpretation of the character, questions arise about how the DCU will navigate Gardner's problematic history, including moments that reflect poorly on his character, even within the canon of the comics. This, unfortunately, includes the one instance when Gardner was seen, at least momentarily, considering RA*****G a knockdown Power Girl. While highly unlikely that any interpretation of this scene will make its way to Superman, the fact that Gardner is in fact part of the movie is bound to raise concern. Guy Gardner's history in DC Comics is marked by moments that many fans and critics find deeply problematic. One of the most troubling instances comes from JLA. Classified number 7, part of the 6-issue arc, I Can't Believe It's Not the Justice League, where Gardner, albeit briefly, considers S***Zuli assaulting Power Girl. While the moment was fleeting, it is undoubtedly a stain on the character often seen as a superhero. The particular scene even brought forth a debate on Reddit, even if James Gunn may never end up including such a scene in the new DCU. Of course, Nathan Fillion, previously seen in projects such as Lost and The Rookie, undoubtedly has the range to pull off such a layered character. However, even his charm and energy will struggle to overcome the darker elements of such an arc, which is why Gunn might be better off simply leaving it alone. Fillion's Guy Gardner is hardly the only character who can be expected to become a regular face in the upcoming DCU. Apart from Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan, who will be playing Lois Lane, a number of side characters can be expected to play pivotal roles. This includes Eddie Gathage's Mr. Terrific to Life, Anthony Carrigan's Metamorpho, Isabella Merced's Hawkgirl, and Skylar Gisando's Jimmy Olsen, all major characters in the Superman lore.